Okay, so even though I know that this movie got some bad reviews and some pretty shit ratings, I went against my better judgment and still went to check it out. I mean, because think about it. It's about Egypt, Egyptian mythology, gods. Come on. How can you go wrong with that? And you know, the whole time I was watching the movie, I couldn't help but think, this is like Prince of Persia meets God of War. Except there's no time-altering dagger, no chain swords, no Kratos brutality, no epicness of either of the games. So I guess it really wasn't Prince of Persia meets God of War. Gods of Egypt. Yeah, maybe not.
Cause if I only had
Alright, so Gods of Egypt tells a story about when gods and humans coexisted together. And in this story, there are basically two gods who rule all the lands. You have Set, who's the ruler of the desert, and you have Osiris, who's the ruler of all the lands and the kingdoms. Now, in this story, Osiris is reaching the end of his reign, and he basically needs to find a successor to take over his kingship. And of course, he chooses his son Horus. Now, at the crowning of the new king, Set comes in and basically plans a coup, and he kills his brother, takes over kingship, takes Horus's eyes, which are the source of his strength, I guess you could say, and then runs the lands as he sees fit, which is a very brutal and hardcore way. Now, Horus has to go on this journey with this mortal man named Beck and basically try to get his eyes back, reclaim his kingdom, and defeat Set. Now, I'm just going to keep this one short. The things I liked about this movie were the epic scenery. They had some very wide-angle shots, some overhead views of the grandeur of all of ancient Egypt, and I loved it. Outside of that, there wasn't really much I cared for in this movie. The script was done horribly. I mean, the action was all CGI, which is okay sometimes, because some of it looked pretty good. But they did CGI overkill, and the fight scenes they just were kind of boring. Now, back to the script. The script was irritating to me because, you know, there would be moments where the action was going on and like the script was trying to make a little bit of comedic relief, I guess you could say, and they would say these corny, horrible one-line jokes. It was bad. The guy who played Beck, I really didn't care for him. Now, I don't know if it's his acting ability or how sloppily the movie was shot, directed, and the script that was written for, but I didn't really care for him. You got Gerard Butler, who played Set, and you know, I love Gerard Butler. He's one of the main reasons I went to see the movie. But I feel like the whole time he was Leonidas from 300 in the scene when the Arcadians were trying to leave, when he was just super intense. It was just, everything was, this is Sparta. And it got boring to me. So I'm just going to keep this one short. And I'm going to wrap it up right here. To sum it up, I didn't like the acting. The script was horrible. The action was so CGI that it became boring. And the movie is pretty long. I mean, if you think about it, it was just a overall catastrophe and a piece of shit. So if I had to rate it, I'm going to blend those words and say this is a shit-tastrophe. Now that does it for today. So as always, whether you liked it or whether you hated it, comment below and let me know. But if you liked it and you thought this video rocked, like, comment, and subscribe below to see more from me, Mike Proc. Later.
Only had 100 fans. I take them all to dinner. Talk about the people that we used to be.